Hey everyone, Mac is back, and today we're going to talk about some lessons from the one of the previous KVKs we just had. Just want to kind of go over an attack rally that happened and a couple other attacks from my other account. Just some things that I've observed, things that I saw. Wasn't able to capture a whole lot of video, a whole lot of action, because there really wasn't much when it comes to our KVK previously, but I kind of want to go into a couple reports and talk about them, so let's get to it. So there's some backstory to this report here, this rally that Chidori put on Arctica Sun and this most recent KVK. So Arctica Sun was actually attacking in the area, I believe it was around the Erie, and then Chidori used the blockade skill from the Blue Dragon, which was able to stop Arctica Sun, keep him in fervor for the 15 minutes, and by doing that, we were able to get a couple rallies off. And the very first rally was this one here, because it just had they had too many troops, and as you can see, what the results were kind of devastating. Yeah, I mean, you're talking 115 million power, you're talking 3.7 million deaths. You know, quite a few only tier 3 when it came to the rally itself for the spears. But then looking at down here, you're talking all these deaths here. This filled up the hospital here with tier 4, so that was expensive to heal those. But then beyond that, you're looking at almost 1 million tier 4 infantry. And I guess that was all it for the tier 4s. But there's a lot more tier 3 there as well, but still 1 million tier 4 is expensive to be able to, and a lot of speed ups to be able to remake. So just a word of warning is when you're in there before KVK, always try to investigate to see if there are any accounts that are very strong that have the blockade. As you can see here, Chidori actually has Danny and the Night King at 4 stars, which is obviously just a lot of money to be able to do that. So, but you have to look and you have to check it out and see. So, like, you know, if you click on Chidori's account, you go to the profile, you can, you know, if they have their, you know, icon is one of those F5, F6 commanders, then, you know, you're probably thinking they're a massive account, maybe almost a max account. And as you can see, 1.7 billion is pretty massive as well. So check out the equipment to make sure that everything's gold. Maybe there's even Glorious in here, but obviously this is all just the Walmart stuff, but still, like, very powerful account. And, you know, even looking at the other accounts, still, I mean, 700 was probably up to, I think it was, and you can check the video that I actually have after this. Is one of the battles that I actually was able to obtain on video, but you can see here it's under 800 million. So I think it was over 1 billion if I remember from when it started. So first lesson is just be careful and to make sure you analyze your opponent the best you can, so you don't get kind of wrecked like this one was. And the other aspect of this battle is I wanted to talk about was Daenerys and her 4-star. So at the very beginning here, the dragon does a skill. They've updated this a little bit to show that goes all enemy lineup, so it brings them all in here. And just from that dragon skill and a rally, you can just see how massive that the dragon and the damage is doing. It's pretty crazy. And then you can see there the attack triggered a crit, dealing extra damage, 135%. So it's just massive damage that's going on here. You can see 558,000 just even before the battle starts is the amount that Daenerys is putting together here. But the other thing is the reduction in her next attack, her first attack I should say, and this time it procs off at 8 seconds. So something to note there too. So it actually procs off quicker than the other ones. So it does 50,000 damage even earlier. Which is nice, and that's pretty powerful as well, because that damage is going into infantry. And then there's that 4 seconds where they may not hit. But then if you go down to the traditional 11 seconds, that's where you're going to see like Jaime, Drake, Hector, you know, get their attacks off as well. To get the other, your opponent will do the same thing, and there's the Night King. So just something to note. So the next kind of advice or lesson that you can learn from KVK, I use my alt account. From what you can see here, this was something that occurred while I was gathering. So they were hitting our nodes, and they were much more powerful, a much more powerful alliance, or kingdom I should say, than we were. At least the the alliance that I'm in. But however, I've converted this account used to be like a farm for me, but now I've used it into an active fighting account with bows. And I've recommended this many times for smaller accounts. This is a free-to-play account, so as you can see here, I've put all the bows in here. I use Arya because she's a total attack commander. So what they did and what this account did here, this Halo 14, which we'll click on it. Smaller account too, actually smaller than me. It's 222 million. That's about where it was when it attacked as well. But as a smaller account, they just think sometimes they don't scout and they just attack you without your nose, without even scouting or even clicking on it to see. You know, you could click on me and you see what my power would be. So if you went to do that, you could see that I'm 433 compared to your 222. Maybe you don't want to do that. You know, maybe you want to check what kind of gear I'm in and kind of figure that out. But I went with my full bow lineup here, and they blindly attacked me. And as you can see, 2 million to 10 million, pretty significant win there for this account, for my account. Only wounded, only 80,000 wounded. So essentially, what I did is I sent a full march to a node, and I just left it there. So, and as you can see here, I got a lot of deads, a lot of 80,000 tier 4 or 50,000 tier 3. So very nice first attack there, or first defense. And then even the second one. So the second one, they came right back at it. Now I lost 500,000 compared to almost 5 million. So basically everything was almost cut in half to a sense. But still very nice. Again, was able to kill another 50,000 tier 4. So just another lesson to be learned is to make sure you scout no matter what on those nodes. You may assume that they're out there with tier 1s and that they have no commanders or anything like that, but as you can see, I put all my full bow in here. I still have a long ways to go to be able to get this account a little more strength, but at the same time to be able to beat some other accounts and kind of do a little that, I guess, trickery in a sense. It's just something that especially for smaller accounts, to be able to have some fun in KVK, you can kind of mess around a little bit. You could even get into fervor if you're quick enough to be able to maneuver your troops around. But I hope this helped you out a little bit. I'm going to add the video on here of the fighting as kind of at the end. You can see about the rally that was done and the short video that I have on that. So until next time, back out.